everyone, so I wanted to do a review on the NARS Sheer Matte Foundation. Now, as you probably already know, I have tried the NARS Sheer Glow. It's more catered to people with dry skin, so I wanted to try out the Sheer Matte to see how that felt on my skin. So if you're new to the NARS foundation, this is what it looks like. This is the packaging. And the top just comes off like this, and it just comes with this top like this, which screws up, and I would have preferred it to have had a pump, but you can get the pump which is sold separately. So that's the one downside of the foundation. Now it is 30ml, so it's like the regular size of normal foundations. I'm going to compare with the NARS Sheer Glow. Well, first of all, the packaging is more shinier, and this is more on the matte side, so I guess they're trying to differentiate between the two. I'm in the shade Benares, and if I compare both the Sheer Glow and the Sheer Matte, you probably won't be able to tell, but this is the Sheer Glow, and it's supposed to be slightly darker than the Sheer Matte in terms of the shade, even though they're the same, which is quite strange. So if you are using the Sheer Glow and want to switch to the Sheer Matte, just make sure you get your colour matched properly, because sometimes you could be a totally different shade in the Sheer Matte than the Sheer Glow and vice versa. But I happen to still stick to Benares, and it's not that much of a big difference. And I think I prefer the shade of the Sheer Matte because it's not too red, because I think that the Sheer Glow is more on the red side. You really can't tell from looking at the camera, but in person they are slightly different. It's not a sheer foundation, it's more buildable. I would probably say a medium coverage foundation, and you can obviously build it up if you want to have it at full coverage. So that's that. And then for the matte side, this foundation does not stay matte on my skin. I still have to use my blot powder. Now this was before I changed my primer. I was using the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Resurfacing Primer as a main primer, and then a bit of the Avon Magic Space Perfector, but I'm now using the Black Radiance Complexion Primer, and I have found that it does tend to stay matte a bit longer than it did before. So I think maybe depending on the type of primer you use will also depend on how matte the foundation stays in your skin. But it doesn't last very long, the matte part of the foundation. So just something to think about as well. So if you are already using a matte foundation, you probably should stick to that, and I'm not saying go rush out and get this. Compared to the Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, the only difference I'd say, this is more of a medium coverage, and it does feel a lot lighter. It does feel lighter on the skin compared to the Fix Fluid, which is a lot more fuller. So in terms of how long it lasts all day for me. I never have an issue with how long my foundation lasts on my skin. I only have issues with, you know, oiliness and shininess around my T-zone area, but this lasts all day, so you won't have to retouch your foundation at any point of the day. I set it with my powder, my Benares Skin Finish powder in Deep Dark, and it works fine. I have that on today as well. So I don't know if you can tell. It does match my skin. My chest is really light compared to the rest of my body. That's one of the lightest part of my body, so I try to match it to my neck and probably just take it down a little bit, but my chest is too light. If I was to get a foundation to match my chest, I would look really, really light. So I sort of match my foundation to my neck colour, because my neck is sort of the same tone as my face, because I've got different tones on my face, before, when I don't have makeup on. So I feel like it does match my skin really well, and I don't have to mix with any other foundations or anything. It blends well with my concealer as well, my Select Cover Up Concealer, NW45. It's just fine. I like this foundation colour. Another downside to it is the price. It is £29 or £29.50. So if you're already using a foundation that you do like, I wouldn't say go out and buy this or rush out and buy this. If you're comfortable with the one you're using, that's fine. But if you do want to try other high-end foundations, I would say give this a try, just to see how you'd feel about it. The difference between the Sheer Glow and the Sheer Matte, I would say there isn't a great deal of a difference. It's just that this gives less of a glow than the Sheer Glow. This does not give a dewy finish like the Sheer Glow does. so that will probably be my only difference in the two. But the Sheer Glow is meant for people with dry skin, and this is meant for people with oily combination skin. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try the Sheer Glow again with the Black Radiance Primer and see how that is, and see if there's a difference in terms of if it still stays shiny or glowy, and let you guys know. But I suspect there won't be such a great deal of a difference between the two. I think if you use a really good primer, even if you're using the Sheer Glow, I'm sure it would stay less shiny as the day goes on. So that's all I have to say really. Compared to my fix, because I get a lot of questions like, which do you like better? Right now, well, I'll let you know because it's a different foundation. Compared to the Studio Fix Fluid, I like the feel of this because it's not so heavy. Even though I always go for full coverage foundations, I like this because it's buildable and it's medium coverage and buildable as well, and it does let my skin breathe a little bit more than the Fix Fluid does, even though I don't mind that anyway. I like the full face makeup. For some reason I don't have to use that much either. I don't have to use so much. It's okay, it just sits well on my skin. Compared to the Match Master, I would probably say I'm a better colour match with this than the Match Master at 8.0. So if I had to choose between the Match Master and this foundation in terms of the colour match, this would probably be a better match for me than the Match Master. But the Match Master is not too bad, I can always work with it. My concealer sort of tones it down a little bit. I hope this has helped you. If you wanted to know about this foundation and wanted to try it out, I would say try it out, but it's not like a must, you must go and get it. It's just if you want to see what it would feel like, if you want to try it over high-end products. So that is pretty much it. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!